Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the 530 News on Q2, Montana's news leader.
Mother Nature doing a 180 as warm and 80 is turned to cold and rainy. We'll have the latest on what's happening and what's to come.
Plus, Montana Rail Link on track to keep its presence in Montana strong and keep history chugging through to the next generation.
But first, Governor Steve Bullock ending his time as Montana's governor as a presidential candidate. He's in Iowa now, and his marathon of campaign events just about to start. Well, good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Russ Riesiger.
And I'm Jeanelle Slade. Well, he's already earned the endorsement of Iowa's Attorney General, and now Governor Bullock is hoping to earn the support of the state, too. Well, we have special MTN Live coverage on the ground tonight on the Bullock campaign trail.
MTN Chief Political Reporter Mike Dennison is in Iowa this week to cover the Bullock campaign. He joins us now live from Des Moines. Mike?
2 days ago, as we know, Governor Bullock announced his presidential campaign. I'm here in Des Moines at a brewery at his first campaign stop in Iowa as a presidential candidate. Tonight, first we're going to talk about why Iowa occupies such a unique place in helping America pick its next president.
Hey, how's everybody doing?
Since the first of this year, Democratic presidential candidates have held more than 400 individual appearances in the state. And the reason they're flooding the state? The Iowa caucuses next February, the first state presidential nominating contest in the country for 2020. But as one of Iowa's top political reporters explains, a caucus is an unusual process that requires some local knowledge and strategy.
This is a caucus, it's not a primary, it's very different. So organizing matters a ton. Having staff on the ground who knows this process matters. So that's going to be really important for someone like Governor Bullock.
Caucus voters show up and declare their allegiance in person next February, and organizers must know how to manage several rounds of voting during the process that evening. Bullock has some of that organization. He has staff on the ground, and he's already visited the state several times. And on Thursday, he got the endorsement of Iowa Democratic Attorney General Tom Miller.
Tom Miller was known for endorsing Barack Obama really early. That gave him a lot of credibility in this state, kind of gave him a foothold here before people really knew who he was. To have him being kind of his Sherpa across Iowa really matters.
Fannin Steele of the Register says the caucus is an opportunity for lesser-known candidates to do well, especially if they specialize in meeting voters one-on-one in smaller groups, like the itinerary that Bullock is embarking on this week through eastern Iowa.
This is the fight of our time. It's been the fight of my career.
We talked to several Bullock supporters in Iowa who echoed this strategy, saying Bullock has been effective pitching himself as a uniting force in a divided country. So it looks good for Governor Bullock on paper, but how that will play out on the national stage, that remains to be seen. That is the question that Bullock is trying to answer by coming here first on this much smaller stage in Iowa. From Des Moines, I'm Mike Dennison, MTN News.
All right,
back to you in the studio.
Thanks so much, MTN's Chief Political Reporter Mike Dennison, live from the Steve Bullock for President campaign trail.
All right, turning to the weather now, Bob, I think we can all agree we like those 80s that we started the week with a little better than the way we're closing things out here.
But now the good thing was that the cooler weather we had today and some rain showers kind of diffused the severe weather threat today. Let me show you what's happening out there. Doppler radar, you can see the scattered rain showers we had earlier in the day. They just kind of moved out of the area. But what's coming up there by Red Lodge? It looks like some more scattered rain showers starting to move in. Let's take a look at these guys on the 3D Doppler radar. You can see it there. We're just looking over Cody's shoulder right now. And as you can see, it's just some scattered showers and thunderstorms. Nothing really big or severe at this point in time. That's good news, but they're starting to grow in size and intensity. And as you look towards the south, there's a lot of cells starting to move down from that area as well. So our forecast model shows the showers and thunderstorms moving into the Billings area a little later this evening, and then probably sometime about 10 o'clock, 10:30 or so, we'll see some heavier cells move in towards Stillwater County and Yellowstone County. Then after that, it looks like this stuff just kind of fizzles out as we head into tomorrow morning. We'll have the rest of your forecast in a few more minutes.
All right, thank you, Bob.
Well, you all heard it. Bob says severe weather in the area tonight, and you probably noticed this morning's rain.
SQ2's Rob Griggs reports that brief deluge might have taken away some of the storm's punch.
Severe thunderstorms pack a lot of energy, and that's what creates the large hail, the damaging wind, and the heavy rainfall. This morning's rain showers and cooler temperatures actually helped alleviate the concern for some of the large hail and the damaging winds, but heavy rainfall certainly is still in the forecast. Now, the warmer temperatures last week produced some snow melt, but as we go into the weekend, the cooler temperatures will slow that down, and actually that snow melt alleviated some of the pressure as we go into the wet weather this weekend. A couple of rivers we're keeping an eye on right now, the Shields and the Upper Musselshell. As far as the Yellowstone and other local waterways, I think we're looking pretty good. Russ, Jeanelle?
Thank you, Rob. Well, a Billings man sentenced to 10 years in prison after robbing a pregnant casino attendant at gunpoint. Antonio Gutierrez was found guilty in the armed robbery of Dottie's Casino on Shiloh Road back in February of 2018. Prosecutors say Gutierrez showed up at the casino wearing a hood, hat, and face mask, pushed the buzzer to be allowed in, but the casino attendant told him he had to remove the face coverings before she would open the door. He acted as though he was going to remove those items. The attendant buzzed him in and he left them on, then took out a pistol, cocked it, and pointed it at the attendant. Who there at the time emptied the till. Another man, Christopher Esri, pleaded guilty to accessory after the fact for his role in driving the getaway car.
After years of splishing and splashing on a hot summer day in Red Lodge, we're learning tonight the city pool will permanently close. Now, the city funds are tight, and Mayor Bill Larson says it costs $47,000 to operate the pool for just 5 weeks. The pool is in dire need of costly repairs. For the last 8 to 10 years, the pool has been repeatedly patched. Larson says it's leaking up to 1,500 gallons of water a day. He says the city is done fixing the pool and the facility will go unfunded. Now the hope is creating a parks district to reconstruct the pool in the same location. That measure would likely go to voters next November.
In Montana, the railroad and the history of our state go hand in hand, and tonight we're learning more about how the railroad will continue to play an integral role in our future.
This year, Montana RailLink is announcing a massive capital spending plan, the largest ever. And the technology coming down the tracks will likely surprise you.
Q2's Andrea Lutz is here now with a preview of tonight's on special assignment, the state of freight. Andrea?
Warming Montana, and tonight we are also learning that it's also a place, can you hear me now? That you can impact our future through the addition of new technology and its efficiencies. So all of this, the way Montana RailLink says they can ensure a brighter future for Montana in terms of moving goods and services, but also a way MRL is ensuring the safety of Montanans. So tonight we are diving deep into what this massive new spending plan means for Montana's economy. And in doing so, also taking a look back at how far our railroads have come.
This year will be the highest we've ever spent, the biggest number we've ever spent at Montana RailLink in our history.
You're trying to look for efficiencies and opportunities to expedite traffic. And so it is a big game of chess.
Technology has just made life so much better.
It really is a game of chess. That's what we found out when we did this story. Coming up tonight at 10 on Q2, we're going to show you a side of the railroad that you have never seen before as I explore the state of freight in Montana. Russ and Jeanelle.
All right, look forward to it. Thanks, Andrea.
Coming up on tonight's 5:30 News, 2 years to the day after his murder, Broadwater County Sheriff's Deputy Mason Moore is memorialized in the same area he dedicated his life to protecting.
And in sports, Billings golfer Leslie Spalding is challenging for the lead at the U.S. Senior Women's Open. Scott will show us where she stands.
You're watching MTN News with Jeanelle Slade and Russ Riesinger. Storm Tracker weather with Bob McGuire. And sports with Scott Green. This is the 5:30 News on Q2, Montana's news leader.